Either Tennessee's going to run all over them, which I don't think is going to happen, or A&M's going to do the same thing they did against Jalen Milroe in Alabama. And why this game is bad news for Tennessee is that Texas A&M front seven, they ain't no joke. I'm actually really curious. Please let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. I was so close. I mean, I was this close to making an entire separate preview for the Tennessee versus Texas A&M ball game. I almost did it, but I was like, no, I think everybody likes it better when we do all their previews in one long video. But I really don't know, so let me know in the comment section. Do you like when we do some separate previews for big time games, or do you like them all in one video? Because heck, man, when I really got down to thinking about it, I was like, man, we can do a separate preview video just for the LSU Auburn game. I know a lot of people outside the SEC are like, oh, well, that's not a big time game, and I beg to differ. Whoever loses that game, their fan base is going to be mad and their season's pretty much a waste. And Auburn LSU is always a great game and it's a heated matchup. Anyways, getting back on track here, I came to the executive decision to do all the previews in this one video. I don't think you guys will mind too much, but seriously, like I was saying, if there is some big time games, would you rather see me chop them up and give them their own separate preview, or do you like them all together? Getting that out the way though and moving on to what we need to talk about, we just need to get straight into this because we got a lot of games to preview and a lot of games to predict. We got not one, not two, not three, but 4 top 25 matchups. And to go on top of that, I think there's going to be a lot of good sneaky football on Saturday. I think you're going to see a couple upsets. I say we just get straight into it. You know how we like to do things around here, starting out with our 11 a.m. games first. And weirdly enough, I couldn't even tell you the last time Alabama played an SEC game at 11. We got Bama versus Arkansas. I think most of your casual fans out here, they're looking at this game like, oh yeah, Alabama pretty much, they have a bye week. There's no way they lose to Arkansas. Arkansas is 2-4, they suck. No, no, my friend, that is completely false. You couldn't be any farther from the truth. I've watched all of Arkansas's games this year for the main reason they're always close and competitive. All 4 of their losses are by 12 points or fewer, and 3 of them are by 7 points or fewer. Lost to BYU by 7, lost to LSU on a walk-off field goal, lost to Texas A&M by 12, and recently lost to Ole Miss by 7 points. It's just the thing with Arkansas, and it's been this way the past couple of years, they can't finish the games and they can't win the big ones. They can play with dang near every single SEC team, but they can't pull it out in the fourth. It's unbelievable. It almost feels like they got a curse on them, but that's a completely different conversation for a different day. But my point is in sharing that, I don't want people thinking this is an easy lick for this Alabama football team, because it's not. The line is currently, I believe, 19. Yeah, it's 19.5, and I think that's way too much. Bama should only be favored by probably 12 or 13, at least in my humble opinion. I don't want to waste your time, though. Am I trying to sit up here and advocate that Arkansas is going to beat Alabama? No, I'm not. But I'm going to remind y'all of 2015, and weirdly enough, this was the same season Alabama was also having quarterback problems. This was also the same season Alabama wasn't a high-powered offense, and they were leaning on their defense, and the quarterback at the time was Jacob Coker. Similar to this game, Alabama was hosting Arkansas, and many people thought it was an easy win before the Tennessee game. And what happened in this Arkansas game? Arkansas was leading Alabama heading into the fourth quarter, 13-7. And I'm going to remind some of y'all, that Arkansas team was not very good. I wouldn't be shocked if heading into the fourth quarter this week, this Saturday, if Arkansas was beating Alabama. Wouldn't be shocked at all. This is an Arkansas team that has a veteran quarterback in KJ Jefferson, who I thought was easily heading into the season a top 2 quarterback in the conference. I wouldn't put him in the top 2 anymore because I don't think he's played up to his standard. I know he can play better. And that's what should scare Bama fans, because if KJ Jefferson plays his A game, Arkansas will be in this game. The X factor is most definitely KJ Jefferson, which is weird because it seems like every single Alabama preview I've done up until this point, we've said the X factor is Jalen Milroe. But in this game, it comes down to this. If KJ Jefferson plays great, you're going to have a chance to win. If he doesn't play great, you have no shot. That's what it's going to come down to, but at the end of the day, it's the same reason Arkansas has lost all their games in the fourth quarter. They don't have the talent and the depth to compete. They don't have the talent to compete with Bama. They don't, and they probably won't anytime soon. That's not to say they can't pull up the upset, but if you're looking at it on paper, at least, they shouldn't. You know where I'm going with this. I'm going to take Bama in this game, but I could see Bama struggling and getting off to a slow start in the first half. Remember, it's an 11 a.m. kickoff. For Arkansas, this is the biggest game left on their schedule. This is their Super Bowl. This game means everything. For Bama, at least, well, the game really means nothing. I could see these Alabama players looking ahead to that Tennessee and LSU game. It's possible. I'll give you 2 scenarios for this game. It's going to go one way or another. Either A, Alabama just blows them out and wins 41-10, or B, Alabama get off to a slow start. KJ Jefferson playing out of his mind, has 3 or 4 touchdowns, and Bama barely skims by like 31-27. I'll meet you in the middle, though. I say Bama wins this game 34. I'll say 23. 34-23. I like that. It could be close, though. It could be close. This is a game to keep your eyes on. Also at 11 a.m., we got Georgia versus Vandy. No preview. It's Vanderbilt. They suck. Sorry, Georgia fans. It's just, I'm not previewing this game. Come on now. Same thing for Michigan and Ohio State. They play in the sorry and sucky Big Ten. It sucks. Our last 11 a.m. game that caught my eye is Florida State is hosting Syracuse. This is a Syracuse team that could give Florida State a run for their money. I'll take Florida State to win this game by 10 points, but just also keep your eyes on that one as well. Syracuse has been notorious over the past, I'd say 10, 15 years, upsetting a team at 11 a.m. It could happen. Would not be shocked there. Wouldn't be shocked, but I'm not going to call it upset. Heading on to our 2:30 games, we got the biggest game of the week, some would say. We got Oregon and Bo Nix in Washington. This is going to be a heck of a matchup, man. You got Michael Penix Jr. versus that high-powered Oregon offense led by Bo Nix. I'm ready for this one. As to where it stands, Washington is a 3-point favorite. That's the first time I've seen that, which does make sense. Washington is the home team, and your home team normally gets 2.5 to 3 points. For those of you that have kept up with my top 10 rankings I come out with after every Saturday or every weekend, I have Oregon at number 5. I'm super high on this Oregon team. Bo Nix has been playing great in winning football, and this Oregon defense, that's what shocked me, and that's why I got them at number 5. Their defense is way better than what I thought they'd be heading into the season. I kind of know what to expect out of Oregon in this matchup. The weird thing about Washington is I don't. We're halfway through the season and they haven't played anybody. Granted, Oregon really hasn't played anybody either, but I feel more comfortable with this Oregon team. The offenses are similar matchups. Great offenses, and if you look at it on paper at least, Oregon's defense is slightly better, and I would agree with that with the eye test as well. It doesn't get any better than this, guys. It is a similar matchup. You can't go wrong with either team. But for me, at least, I am more comfortable with Oregon. I am. I love what Dan Lanning's doing over there, and I think Bo Nix, this is going to be his signature win. This is going to be the game where he shows the rest of the country he's not that same kid that was throwing all those interceptions at Auburn. And I hate to keep this short and simple, but I am. My gut's been telling me all week long, Oregon, 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 and I'm rolling with my gut. I expect to see a lot of points in this game. I'm going to take Oregon, 41, Washington, I'll say 30, 41-30. I'm cool with that, and the reason I say Washington only gets 30 because I think Oregon's defense are going to get a couple stops here and there. I'll take the Ducks in that one, but also at 2:30 we got the CBS Game of the Week, and I'll be honest with y'all, I am more excited for this game than the Oregon-Washington game. We got Texas A&M and Jimbo Fisher the Clown and Bobby Hill in Tennessee. If you don't know who Bobby Hill is, it's Josh Heupel. They look exactly alike. But on a serious note, this is a must-win game for both teams, and we're halfway through the season. For A&M, if you lose this, you start having a serious conversation about, hey, is this it for Jimbo? Is this his last year? On the flip side for Tennessee fans, well, you had that embarrassing and disappointing loss to Florida. You lose this game, not only is your playoff hopes in the dust, but now you have negative energy heading into the Alabama game, which is on the road, by the way. I'd almost argue and say that Tennessee fans need this game more than A&M fans. I think A&M fans are tired of this Jimbo experience of going 8-4, and Tennessee fans, they got their guy. There's no reason to have 2 losses already before the Bama game. This is a big game, man. A big game in the SEC. Me, myself, I would agree with Tennessee being the favorite, but Joe Milton, man, shoot, I was talking to one of my buddies. He's a Tennessee fan, and even he doesn't know what to expect out of him. He's a wild card. I would like to believe, heading into this game, Tennessee always plays better at home, and they should win. Ever since the Florida game, Tennessee has played like Tennessee was supposed to play. But I can't stop thinking about that Florida game because I'm like, man, what in the crap happened? Do I just chalk that up to, oh, it was a terrible road performance and that's not who Tennessee is? Or is that part of who they are? The one thing about Joe Milton that everybody has noticed if you watched him is when he has time to throw, he's a top 10 quarterback in the country. When he is standing still, he's up there with the best of them. But when there's pressure on him and he's having to roll left or roll right, he's awful. When he has to run out of the pocket and throw the ball, he's one of the worst in the country. And why this game is bad news for Tennessee is that Texas A&M front seven, they ain't no joke. I'm going to remind some of y'all, they held Alabama to 23 rushing yards. 23! And what Bobby Hill likes to do to open up the passing game is run the ball. And it's a great matchup to look forward to because Tennessee has one of the best rushing attacks in the SEC. And it's always funny to me when people talk about Josh Heupel and this Tennessee team because they think, oh yeah, they want to throw the ball 50 times a game. No. He wants to run the ball first. Same thing with Lane Kiffin. Josh Heupel, similar to Lane Kiffin, uses the run game first to open up the passing game. It is an extremely simple concept that a lot of people don't understand and get. Let's just pull up the fun facts here. Tennessee is getting 231 rushing yards per game, and A&M is only allowing 84 rushing yards per game. So you know where I'm about to go with this. Something has to give. Either Tennessee's going to run all over them, which I don't think is going to happen, or A&M's going to do the same thing they did against Jalen Milroe in Alabama. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. A&M is going to shut down that Tennessee rush attack. They're going to put 7 in the box, stop the run, and say, you know what, Joe Milton, you're going to have to beat us the same way Jalen Milroe beat us. And here's the thing. We saw it against Florida. You make him pass, you make him roll out. I don't know if he can beat you. You got to look out for that. That Tennessee O-line versus that A&M front 7 on defense. They're vicious. The X factor is most definitely Joe Milton because I know what to expect out of Max Johnson in that A&M offense. They'll probably put up anywhere from 20 to 30 points. Can Tennessee score more than 28 points in this game? I don't know. It's up to Joe Milton. He's going to have to go out here and beat A&M. There's no way, no way Tennessee rushes for over 150 yards. Not going to happen. Unless they break off a huge run, I just don't see any way that happens. At the end of the day, though, when it's all said and done, I think A&M has a hard time scoring, and Joe Milton makes 1 to 2 big-time throws. And I'll be honest with y'all, the main reason I'm picking Tennessee in this game is because it's at Neyland Stadium. That's just what's really winning me over. I'll take the Volunteers in this one by 7 points. I'll say Tennessee 28, A&M 21. But I'm telling you, I really want to go with A&M, but I think that home field advantage, it kicks in for Tennessee. Moving along here to our night games. Have the best for last. We got Auburn and LSU. Go Tigers. Shout out to Ed Ogeron. LSU is currently an 11-point favorite, and I think that's way too high. I think they should only be about a 5-6-point favorite. The game is at home, and in this game, it's similar to the Iron Bowl. It doesn't matter if Auburn's 0-5 and LSU's 5-0, 6-0. It doesn't matter. It's going to be a good game more times than not. On the road, I think Hugh Freeze, he's going to let his nuts hang and pull on some trick plays. And what's really interesting about this matchup is Auburn's offense is arguably the worst offense in the SEC. They're pitiful. They are awful, and LSU's offense, as we all know, is probably the best offense in the SEC. And my thing is, even if Auburn's defense, they play good, I don't see them holding LSU to under 30 points. I think at bare minimum, this LSU team scoring 30 points in this Auburn defense. So it comes down to this. Can this Auburn offense put up points? I think they can put up some, but I don't think they can win a shootout against LSU. So with that being said, I'm taking the Tigers in this one. Oh, wait. You see what I did there? That's a win-win scenario for me. Let me clarify. I'm taking the LSU Tigers. They're coming off the big road win against Missouri, and it comes down to this for me. I don't see Auburn stopping LSU, and I don't think they can keep up with them either. I see this one being like an LSU 42, Auburn 17-24 type of win. If Auburn had an offense, this would be a game I'd talk about for 8 minutes, but since they don't, no, let's keep it short and simple. Heading on down here to our 6:30 game, we got USC and the worst defense in the nation versus Notre Dame. Really, really, really fascinating matchup if you gotta ask myself. USC has the best offense in the country, but they're the worst defense in the country. On the flip side, Notre Dame's offense looked unreal in their first couple of games, and in their past 3 games, they looked like crap. Look, let's cut the chase. This game is so simple to preview. USC is gonna score 45 points. Notre Dame's not gonna stop them, period, the end. Notre Dame fans can try to convince themselves they're going to stop Caleb Williams, but you're not. USC is scoring 45 points. You can lock it in right now. And you can also lock in that USC is going to give up a lot of points. But here's the question. How much are they actually going to give up? Here's what it comes down to for me. I don't trust Notre Dame's offense to put up a lot of points, but at the same time, I don't trust USC's defense to stop anybody. I don't see Notre Dame keeping up with Caleb Williams at all. I don't see it, and that's a game you don't want to play. So as bad as USC's defense is, I'm rolling with USC. I believe in their offense that much. That's all it comes down to. I know it's a big-time game, but if I can keep things short and simple, that's what I try to do. Notre Dame is struggling on offense, and against USC, you need to put up 40 points. I'll put it this way. If I had to bet right now my house on Notre Dame scoring 40-plus points, I ain't doing that bet. I'm taking the under. Give me the Trojans in that one. Give me the Trojans. And plus Notre Dame, they're completely depleted. They got murdered by Louisville. Louisville. Come on, man. You can't let that happen. Also at 6:30, we got the U coming off of that. Oh, man. What do we even call that? The Miami Meltdown? They're coming off of that embarrassing loss. Shout out to their head coach. Idiot. They're playing North Carolina. Yeah, just because of what happened last week, give me North Carolina. And last but not least, we got 2 more games. Well, actually, we'll do these last 3. We got 3 more night games to preview. At 6:30, we got Mizzou and Kentucky. I think Missouri, they're awesome. Love their offense. They almost beat LSU. Give me Missouri. Kentucky's overrated. Top 20 matchup here, we got UCLA and Oregon State. This one piques my interest a lot. UCLA's coming off of that big time win. They upset one of my personal favorite teams, the Washington State Cougars. On the flip side, you got DJ Ugabadoogie slinging that thing for Oregon State. I like Oregon State in this one, and I'll explain why. Their defense, booty cheeks, but their offense, really good. I think Oregon State's going to have their way with that UCLA defense, and they put up about 28 or 35 points, and that's enough to win. I think it will be close, though. And last but not least, we got the Dukies hosting NC State. Duke is a 3-point favorite. I like the Dukies. Give me Duke. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's it. That's all we got. Oh yeah, I did forget about the Florida and South Kakalaki game. So if you did stay to the very end of this video, you're going to get the preview for it. And I know there's already somebody writing in the comment section, Matt, you forgot about Florida and South Kakalaki. No, I didn't, chump. You just didn't watch the video all the way through. That's your fault. I haven't even seen the line for this game, so let's pull it up. Okay, yeah, South Carolina's a 2-point favorite. Makes sense, they're at home. And this Florida team, they're just confusing. They had the big win against Tennessee, but then they go to Kentucky and get completely destroyed, 33-14. On the flip side for South Carolina, Spencer Rattler's been playing great, but the defense, not so great. Florida has struggled on the road. They've struggled against Kentucky, struggled against Utah. Give me South Carolina. South Carolina, they're pretty good at home. I'll take South Carolina in that one. I like the Rattler. I think he's a better quarterback in this game, and he plays a good one. That's all I got, though. I'm extremely curious. Let me know your thoughts on these games down below. But, Roman.